Slamdance got started in 1995, so we just celebrated our 21st edition of the festival, entering our third decade. And really, 1995 was an interesting year kind of in the history of independent film. It was around the same year that Miramax became part of Disney, Fine Line became part of Warner Brothers, Fox launched Fox Searchlight. It was really kind of the era of the Hollywoodization of independent film. And because of that, Sundance kind of went along on that ride, was riding that crest and started showing more second-time directors and directors with bigger budgets and bigger stars and films that already had distribution. And they kind of left behind this niche of the first-time director. When I found out that my film didn't get into Sundance and several other filmmakers, first-time directors, also didn't get in, we looked at sort of what can we do. We had heard of a couple individual filmmakers the year before, in 1994, who also didn't get into Sundance and kind of showed up in Park City, Utah, kind of doing their own little renegade screenings. We recognized that there was this niche to be filled for first-time directors with low budgets and without distribution. And we thought, why not take that model of doing renegade screenings, but get a dozen feature directors and a dozen short directors and combine our resources and our efforts and our energies and come up with a name that would look good on a t-shirt. So we came up with Slamdance. And just show up in Park City. And we've had a tremendous level of success. If you look at our alumni directors that we've kind of discovered along the way or shown their first films, we've had everyone from Christopher Nolan, Mark Forster, Rian Johnson, the list kind of goes on. And it's kind of been no coincidence that a lot of these filmmakers, they'll show their first film, whether it's a short or a feature, at Slamdance, and then their second or third films go on to Sundance, and they do really well there. So Slamdance has kind of coexisted with Sundance for a number of years, for 21 years now, and we get along a little better with them now than we used to, and because I think they recognized over the years that that we are this great training ground for a lot of independent filmmakers, and likewise big Hollywood. Whether it's the studio films or television, they get their directors from independent film, or they get their actors from independent film, or they get their crew people from independent film. So we are the farm team for those people. So if you kill off independent film, who's Hollywood going to hire? How are they going to find trained people? Likewise, if Hollywood isn't paying big actors big salaries, those actors won't afford the time or the inclination to be in your little independent movie. If I hire a key grip or a sound operator, a sound person, or a camera operator, they get their skills by working on big budget movies, and then maybe on weekends they can afford to work on an independent film. We're part of the Hollywood ecosystem.